of you, CA Dipti Chheda here. How you all are preparing for the upcoming CMA exam? Exactly 1.5 months is left, right? So the way you are gradually preparing, it is taking you to nearer exam. And very important is now when you are attending the practice batch, mark the important questions what you need to revise one day before exam, right? That's going to be very helpful. Apart from this, we are here to quickly discuss the new mock test paper which has come for the June 2025 exam. I have the printout of this. If you don't have, I'll share the link in the Telegram and WhatsApp. Do take a printout and solve this. This will give you the confidence. One beautiful part of the this MCQ, and including that the whole mock question paper for June 26. This is the first set which is out. It is exactly in the same way as December exam paper was asked and last June. So we can make a trend. So let me start with the paper pattern and weightage, so that will help you to decide which question you have to attempt. Use the reading time of the question paper very importantly, and some presentation, and then quickly we will solve the whole question paper, right? If you have any doubt, you can unmute and ask up. No issues about that. Huh? This is going to be very, very helpful for preparing the mindset now, because our practice batch is over, but you're watching the practice batch, you're watching the one shot revision lectures, then please abide by this paper pattern also. This is the right time to introduce now. Okay? In CMA exam, you don't have separate division for the DT and IDT, right? But your section A has 15 MCQs. This is according to the last 3 exams trend and including the model papers. Same pattern they are giving. 15 marks, 30 MCQs. You don't have to write the reason. And they are very easy. They are very easy. In fact, yesterday I did the mock test for the CA students. They have to do the working mandatory. So don't write anything in question paper. But like for you, the mock test ka second wala MCQ, you have to do some working. So always in your answer sheet, you can have 1 page of working. Now see this, section A has 7 MCQs, 14 marks each from DT, 7 MCQs, okay, that is for IDT, 6 not 7. Okay, and custom say 1 MCQ. Sometimes custom is having 2 MCQ. IDT will be 6 MCQ. Okay. Each MCQ you just have to answer in that separate sheet, OMR sheet, which is given. So no need to write the description. Now come to your descriptive answers. You have a beautiful choice in 3 hours. Question number 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So out of the 7 questions, you have to answer any 5. Okay. Out of the 7 questions, you have to answer any 5 of the questions. So decide and start with the answer which you know very well. Okay. It's not necessary to go in the sequence. Okay, 2, so I'm not going to do 3, 4, 5. No. If you know question, and every question has 2 bits. It's of 14 marks each, right? So 14 into 5, 70. In 14 marks, 5 questions, you have 7 plus 7 marks bit. Sometimes you are also getting 8 plus 4 like that, or 4 marks, but maximum trend is 7 plus 7 marks. Okay, so suppose you know question number 5B very well. It's house property, same question you have done earlier. Start with that. You know deductions properly, start with that, so that will give you a boost in first 30 minutes of your exam time, that you are able to crack it. Now coming to the detailed analysis of all the past exams, here it is that your question number 2, 3, 4, 5 are from your DT. In that also you can literally make out that question number 2A is residential status and 2B is salary. Question number 3A is house property, 3B is business head, add and less, right? Or as I said, in 7 marks, they can split allowed, disallowed, or they can give depreciation question also, right? Then question number 4A is capital gain. 4B is your income from other sources. Again, question number 5A is your set off. Very easy, very scoring question. Question number 5B is default and normal income, both calculate the tax and all. So I hope you are making nothing. Residential status, question number 2A. क्वेश्चन नंबर वहां से शुरू हो रहा है. So if you're good with the residential status and to be, go with that. Huh? These coming 10 minutes are very important. Pay attention to what I'm saying for the presentation. Question number 3A and B. 4A and B. Definitely capital gain, they will ask the amendment rates and land and building sale. Huh? Very nice question is there here also. And I know you all are writing CMA exam, but CA Inter RTP is there. In that also one question and answer. I'll click the picture and share it in the Telegram and WhatsApp group. That's exactly covering the amendment. And many times, if you see one deductions question is there, Chaturvedi asked in CMA exam also and CA. So nothing like that. It's okay. MCQs are pretty easier. Now, coming to question number 6. Now, I don't know why so much they like that question number 6 is a theory question. That too from your chapter 1. Very easy. What are the features of the GST? Yeah, what are the how the GST council is formed? GSTN network, write a short note. Salient features. Huh? So like this, fixed questions are there. If you are good at writing theory, please opt for question number 6. Question number 7. Question number 6, 7 both are from IDT GST. Question number 7 is again they'll ask you two cases whether this is supply or not, and registration and all. Okay. Simple questions are asked. Question number 8A, that is mandatory, either how much ITC you will claim or the value of the supply. And question number 8B is customs. Okay. So if you want to take 8A and B, if you want to go, very easy questions are asked from custom. Repeatedly same question, add the GST and add the custom duty and all. Then prepare ITC and value of supply also. Or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Out of 7, you have to attempt any 5. So you can skip writing theory, you can skip custom. But that doesn't mean you can skip complete custom, because MCQs are asked, and I have already taken separately the MCQs marathon. Yeah. So make sure you refer that, is there, the description link mein. MCQ marathon exactly. CMA 200 MCQs are there, all that I have taken. Make sure you solve it. Okay. Right. So also revise the one-shot revision videos and amendments. Okay. Now some very important presentations I want to discuss here, which are repeatedly asked. Yeah. For example, this is your question, okay, of value of supply or your IGST to be aware. You have written outward supply, you have written inward supply. Then very important, we all should remember, in inward supply, even if some inwards I have paid the tax on RCM, RCM tax has to be paid in cash irrespective of the availability. So that means if my output tax is 80 rupees and my input tax credit is 90. So ma'am, then tax payable should be nil. But in input tax credit, I have to pay RCM 5 rupees. I have to pay in cash. I hope you are getting. ITC may be more than the output tax. Okay, right. Very important, one more point I want to say is that write the reason. Write the reason. I have earlier also said, again I'm saying, for example, in input tax, 30 invoices are there. Out of that, 2 invoices are missing. So if invoice is not there, you will not avail the credit. Don't take directly input tax credit. Write in bracket in brief 2 invoices missing, so no ITC allowed. Okay, third lot is received, but we know that 2 more lots are coming. ITC is allowed only when you receive the last lot. So like this, and then put a dash. Very important is this point. Same with, I think I have told for this also. Say your gratuity received is 8 lakhs. Now exempt is gratuity received, government limit 20 lakhs, and then 15 by 30 and all you work out. By any chance, if your bits are wrong, if your calculations are wrong, if you have written government limit correctly, you'll get half marks. If you have written this bit correctly, you'll get half marks. Same way, for example, my total income is 8 lakhs. So I have to calculate the tax in new regime. 0 to 3 lakhs, nil. 3 lakh to 7 lakh, 5%. 7 lakh to 8 lakh, 10. I hope you're getting what I'm saying. You have to calculate like this. Okay. But suppose if total income goes wrong, your total income is wrong, your tax is wrong, still you will get marks if you write these rates properly. So presentation is what I want to say. And tell me, are you all clear with the paper pattern? Are these 10 minutes really helpful to all of you? Yeah? एकदम clear समझ में आया आपका paper pattern? Yeah, you can take a screenshot or you want to write. So that mindset is clear. Okay, if I'm not going to write theory question number 6, if I'm not going to do custom, then you don't have choice. You have to attempt all the questions. And residential status 3 column ke baad, write only limited notes what are required. That is one important presentation. Second important presentation is residential status. If they ask you to decide, you have to write the conditions. Even if your computation or calculation goes wrong, if you write the condition, you will surely get marks, stepwise marks for that. Hope this is helpful to all of you. And still 1.5 months is there, right? Okay. If you want to practice all past exam questions chapter wise with example, they are there in the compiler. This is for DT and this one is for GST. So do go for it in the link below in the app or in the website. You can order, and any doubts you have or you're not getting the confidence, join the practice batch, ma'am. 1 month and 14 days are only left. Then I'm telling you, if there are 30 videos, and if you do 25 also, you will learn the concept, you will get to the point knowledge, you will get the booster notes which will help you to clear your exam. So it will not be time waste. Many of the students, ma'am, I will do self study. Self study, you are struggling more, you're not going that depth which is required. Okay, you all are working hard, but that depth, that alert sign ki, okay, on this extra, I'll tell you how. When I have solved these MCQs also in class, students were stuck up where, so that a teacher can help you. So take the required practice batch gist coaching and go for the compiler. Okay, chalo. Hope you all have a printout of this. See, this is what I was telling you. This is your December exam paper. 15 MCQs are there. Right. Custom में से 2 MCQs are asked this time. And then this first question is capital revenue expenditure. Sometimes they ask residential status. Then this is salary. Then this is house property and business in. Then this is capital gain and other source. Then this is set off and that debate. Solve in both the regime. As I said, question number 6A and B. Now look at this. Why you were not able to do this when you know this concept and the features? Kitna simple hai ye ki what are the concept and features of it's a value addition tax, it's a transparent tax, it's a destination based tax. There is no cascading effect, and you can elaborate. Who are the members of the GST Council? Finance Minister followed by each state's representative, and 5 recommendations that can be made by GST Council. Yeah. They can give किस पे applicable है नहीं है, return file करना, turnover limit, all applicability. That's what they can decide. Question number 7 is for the supply of the GST. Question number 8 was value of supply. Instead of this, they can ask you ITC also. And question number 8 ka B part is always custom. So like this, if you choose, you will be able to do it correctly. Chalo. Please share with your friends this analysis presentation tricks. What I have told you. Write what you know, you will get step marks. Okay. I have cleared my inter in first attempt but failed in final. So I know what's the importance of getting 4 marks. I failed at aggregate 196. So whatever you know best, write it in the answer sheet. Even if there are silly mistakes, you may not get full marks, but stepwise marks we are not going to lose. Shall we start solving the MCQs? Everyone should have a printout. It's not good to solve it in the calculator. So let us better take a printout and solve. Chalo, quickly shuru karte hain. Yeah. Which of the following is agricultural income? Dividend income, share of the profit, partner income by way of supply of water, interest received, share of the profit. If it is a partnership firm, then partners getting the share of the profit will also be treated as agricultural income. This is taught what is included in agriculture and what is not. Okay. Some of you may be getting feeling ki ma'am, we are not able to answer the way you are answering. Then learn it now. There's still time, and wherever you have doubt, you can refer the compiler if you already have other practice batch. Okay? This one is a googly. When I gave it in the class, I'll tell you where the students are stuck up. Pick up your calculator. Now see, please use rough work in the exam for this. Don't try to do everything in calculator. You will take time. But if it is in crores, you can do it in crores or you can do it in decimals also. Like how I did, I'll tell you. Long-term capital gain 55 lakhs ka 20%. So what's your long-term capital gain? 11 lakhs. I'm doing in lakhs. Short-term capital gain 65 lakhs ka 15%. Short-term capital gain 9.75. Okay. And the remaining income is 530. Are you getting? 650. Pick up your calculator. Put 650 minus 55 minus 65. These income. 650 minus 55 minus 65. How much you are getting? 530. Now in 530 income, leave the 15 lakhs. First 15 lakhs tak to you have tax, no? Remaining 515 pay 30%. I hope you are getting. This is, they have asked you to calculate the tax in default tax regime. So not above 10 lakhs, above 15 lakhs, it will be 30%. 515 into 13%, that is 154.5. Okay? Now, for the first 15 lakhs, 0 to 3 lakh, nil. 3 lakh to 7 lakhs. On the next 4 lakh, I hope you are doing revision with me. 10%. This is crucial. I'll tell you where students do mistake. It's as good as a 5-mark question and been asked for 2 marks. But then somewhere it's like very easy also. Like this you can answer. Delayed compensation whenever you get 50% standard deduction. Income of minor club SSC will get deduction 1500 or income club subject to 1500. Income club agar 800 hai to you will. So there is something very easy also. Come back. 3 lakh to 7 lakh, 4 lakh pay 10%. 7 lakh to 10 lakh. 3 lakh pay 10%. Oh, sorry, this is 5. Pen is giving trouble to me. 5% आ रहा है आपका 20,000. 10% आ रहा है 30,000. 7 lakh to 10 lakh. 10 to 12. 2 lakh pay 15% is again 30,000. And 12 to 15. Again 3 lakh. 4, 3, 2, 3. First 4 lakh, 3 lakh nil. 4 lakh 5%. 3 lakh. This though you must have learned now. and in 3 lakh you have 20%, that's 60,000. So what is the slab wise tax? Up to 15 lakhs, how much is it coming? So many of my students are now, they are teaching in the degree colleges and all. They also keep asking, ma'am, can you help in the tax? And would be more than glad to help all of you. There's something God's grace, I say, and if I can pass on that knowledge, nothing. So before I move ahead, if you're stuck up anywhere and you want help, 92900 don't call on this number. It's just a WhatsApp chat number. Click the picture of your doubt and share it. I'll be very glad to help each one of you. Chalo, come back. What's the tax on 15 lakhs? 15 lakhs पे टैक्स कितना आ रहा है? 1,40,000. Now, because your income is exceeding 5 crores, you have to pay surcharge. But in default tax regime, surcharge 37% is not there. So how much surcharge we should take? 25%. Now, when I say this, now what students do? Ma'am, to पूरे income पे 125%, मतलब 25% surcharge and then add and on that 4% cess. Answer is wrong. On long-term capital gain and short-term capital gain, highest surcharge is only 15%. On this income, 25%. Now we can do it in calculator. 11 plus 9.75. Aya, 20.75. Have you got this tax? Into 115%, put it in memory. Now, 154.5 plus 1.5. This. Into 125%, put it in memory. Now, whatever you have got, 218.7375 into 104%, tax plus surcharge. So you are getting this answer. It's a challenge if you have got it correct in the first go, because when as a teacher I also did, I added all the taxes and I took highest surcharge for default tax regime 25%. Oh, but long term capital gain and short term capital gain to kitna surcharge hai? Highest 15%. Somewhere you must have heard in Hindi, jaldi ka kaam shaitan ka. When you try to jaldi finish karo, no, you're not learning the concept in that, then we do and we get wrong answer. ठीक है बेटा? So take care of this point. Next one is easy, which is taxable under income from other sources. Uncommuted rental income, income from racing, horse races and all is taxable as income from other sources. Easy. Hope the discussion is helpful to you. Now, TDS is not required to be deducted. 194A, where interest does not exceed 5,000. GST came effect. Such an easy question. 1st July. Only in Jammu and Kashmir from the 8th July. Who is empowered to make law for list 1 to central government, list 2 state government? Person who is liable for registration shall apply for registration in every state within 30 days. Once you become liable, if you apply in 30 days effective, वो सब आपको सिखाया है. Which of the following activity shall be treated neither as supply of goods nor as supply of services? Okay. Supply of goods भी नहीं है, services भी नहीं है, land and building. They are immovable, they are outside the purview of goods and services. Rest all will GST is applicable. Which of the following goods manufacturer is not allowed to go for composition? You remember? Pan masala, ice cream, edible oils, tiles, fly ash tiles and all. Pan masala, ice cream, topical, all. All of the above is answer. They cannot go for composition. Easy. Which article of the Constitution of India GST Council has been constituted? It's Article 279. 246A is also important, wherein the council, the constitution, they gave the power to charge GST. 246A. But इसका आंसर council कैसे form हुआ? तो 279. Which of the following date is the taxable event for imported goods? Okay. Once they cross the custom barriers, yeah, for the purpose of computing IGST on imported goods, one of the thing which will not be included, imported goods पे social welfare, anti-dumping ये तो लगता ही है. So GST compensation cess, that's the answer. GST compensation cess is additional GST which is applicable on certain sin products. Yeah, like cigarettes and all. But that GST compensation cess is not added while calculating the custom duty. Yeah. And where the transport charges are not available, what rate you have to take? 10% of the assessable value you have to take as transport charges. Yeah. Right. Not 10, sorry, 2020. Nothing given then 20. Okay. That's all for this. Chalo. Let us solve. These are very easy questions. RAM provides the following details and you have to compute. Write very least notes. And if you have attended the practice batch or just watch the revision videos, trust me, I've told you each and every gist over there. Past untaxed profit which are brought in India, they are not your income. Someone has earned income in London, he has paid tax in London, but never paid tax in India because India se lena dena nahi tha. Now he has winded up the business and he's bringing London profit in India. Obviously, these are past untaxed profit brought to India. No tax is payable. Clear to all of you? RAM provides following details of income. Okay? And you have to compute. Now, I'm not making triple column. I'll directly tell you the link here. Salary received in India, taxable for all. You remember? Yes, 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 no, no. Yeah? Non-resident will pay the tax. I'll tell you the gestation. Listen, in 2 minutes. Even if concepts are not clear, I'll clear that also. Only request is if you feel that you have got in-depth understanding, which is really needed for getting exemption in your tax paper of CMA, share it in other groups, share it with your friends because I know this is not solved anywhere the way I am doing it. Giving you all the alert signs and doing the revision also. Listen, non-residents is going to pay tax only in 4 cases. Income received in India, deemed to received, accrued, deemed to income. Resident and ordinary resident, world income, but excluding past untaxed profit. The middle one, resident, but not ordinary resident. If income is earned outside India, but if it is controlled in India, then the first 2 cases have to be. So if you do mind mapping like this and if you check that table, take a screenshot of that till your exam. Don't keep your own photo. Keep that screenshots. वो भी help करेगा बेटा. 2 दिन ये 2 दिन वो चलो. So बार you're watching that. Salary received in India taxable for all. Income from tea business in Nepal controlled from India only in these 2 cases. Interest on company deposit in Canada. Actually, it's 30,000, but say 1/3 is received in India. If 1/3 is received in India, then it is taxable for all. 2/3 is received outside India only for the first one. Profit from a business in Mumbai, controlled from UK. But where is the business? Mumbai. Income कहाँ accrue हो रही है? इंडिया में. प्रॉपर्टी कहाँ है? इंडिया में. तो भी सबके लिए इंडिया में टैक्सेबल होगा. This one so important. They have not written, but you should write a note. Past untaxed profit brought to India is not income only, so it's not taxable. Property is in London, but income is received in Delhi now. Received, deemed to received, accrued, deemed to accrued. Property in London, but received in Canada, only taxable for. Income from business in Zambia, but controlled from Turkey, only the first one. On the world income, he has to pay tax. Right? So, very nice question this is. Second one is a question for RFA you should go or HRA. But I don't know why they have done only one part. You should also check the cash inflow outflow. That's what we have taught you. है ना? Mr. Bharat of Siliguri is offered in Kolkata basic salary. Now, nowadays pay grade systems are also given 35,500. So every month your salary is increasing by 500. Not every month, sorry, every year. तो वो चीज भी देखना है आपको. Bharat of Siliguri is offered, okay, 5,500 basic salary per month, DA 4,000, medical allowance 1,000 and bonus 1,000. चलो इतना देख लो. Basic salary is 5,500 into 12. How much you all are getting? 66,000. Medical allowance is 1,000. Bonus. बोनस के बारे में क्या बोला था? Bonus 1 month of the basic, so 5,500. And DA is also there, but it is not forming part of the salary. So DA will come in the taxable salary, but DA will not come in the salary calculation because it's not forming part of the salary. Now come back to the calculation. Your basic, I'm repeating, DA is taxable. 4,000 per month DA is taxable, but it will not be considered in the RFA and HRA calculation because in bracket they have written it's not considered for retirement benefit. Now, the company has given option either to go RFA of fair rent value of 1,000 per month. So rent-free accommodation ले सकते हैं, or to accept HRA 1,000. He decides to accept HRA and takes a house in Kolkata and he's paying 1,000 rent. He has opted for old regime. Tabhi HRA. If you go for default tax regime, HRA deduction is only not enough. Help him choose wisely. Either he can go for RFA or HRA. How much is the HRA? 1,000. And against house rent allowance, he himself is paying 1,000 rent. Aja. First, we will take RFA. Basic, medical allowance, bonus, commission, taxable part of all the allowances. This is the definition of salary. In one video, small, I have made the definition of salary very clear. Okay. So now what's the definition of salary for RFA? Rent-free accommodation. 83,500. Now you can do total column in the exam if you take HRA, RFA. If you're taking HRA or RFA, till here it is same. Anyone is having any doubt? Basic, bonus, I'm repeating, DA, even if not considered for retirement benefit, it will be taken. Medical allowance. Aja. Rent free accommodation के लिए what's the definition of salary? Basic, allowance, bonus, commission रहता तो we would take other education and all taxable part of the allowance. So 83,500. So it is coming 8350 and this is your salary. बाकी तो same है. Now come to HRA. HRA you have received 12,000 but allowed is 12,000 50% of salary or rent paid minus 10% of salary. What's the definition of salary for HRA? Basic, DA, here it will not come and commission is not there. So only basic, 66,000. Basic ka 50%, rent paid 12,000 minus 10% of the salary, 6,600. So it's coming. Least HRA is exempt under section 10 clause 13A. Okay, right. Clear to all of you? तो आप कितना करोगे फिर HRA taxable 6,000. See till here salary is same. Now if you take HRA 6,600, it is 138,100 your income. And if you take RFA, it is this. So the conclusion is, which one is more? If SSE chooses RFA, its gross salary is more. Hmm. If he chooses RFA, then his gross salary will be more and he will have to pay more tax, right? So better he should go for HRA, जिसमें income कम है तो tax भी कम होगा. He decides to accept HRA. Is his decision wise? Yes. Less income, less tax. But there's one more advanced way of doing this, that you have to compare the inflow and outflow of tax also. But that much depth is not done, so not required for 7 marks question. Okay? Chalo. Now this is a house property question. In that also compute the income if they have decided to opt. अच्छा ये हर जगह what they have done, default tax regime. Now listen all of you. Related to house property. If it is self-occupied house property, in default tax regime, only interest deduction is also not allowed. It's nil income. If you opt out of default tax regime, in self-occupied property, you can take it as a loss up to 2 lakh. Is this clear to you? Now, if you go for default tax regime, you cannot set off house property loss with others and you cannot even carry forward. If you go for normal tax regime, yes, house property loss, you can set off with other heads up to 2 lakh and balance you can carry forward. So both the points are clear. It's not that I'm just going on solving in the flow. I'm revising the utmost concept important. If you feel, ma'am, what did you say? Again, repeat. So please save my energy, your energy. Pause the video and write it. These 2 points. One day before exam also, if you revise the pointers, what I said. Anyone who has joined now, don't miss out the initial 10 minutes where I have given the इम्पॉर्टेंट अलर्ट साइंस की जहां गलती नहीं करना है, चॉइस कैसे करना है, प्रेजेंटेशन ऑल्सो वेरी वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. चलो. So let us read this question now very quickly. Two brothers Virat and Rohit are co-owners. Two property are constructed. Okay, they are the co-owners of the property. Yeah. The property consists of 8 identical units. Each co-owner has occupied. तो 8 हैं, तो 4 विराट की, 4 रोहित की. Each co-owner has occupied 1 unit as residence and balance of the 6 units were let out. So out of 4, 1 is self-occupied and 3 are let out. So self-occupied 25%, let out 75. Is percentage clear? Ma'am, why you are doing 1 by 4 and 25 and 75? Array, interest, municipal taxes, all the deductions. Clear? Right. Balance 6 units are let out, 12,000 per unit. ठीक है. Municipal value is given, municipal taxes are given. Repairs and insurance, nowhere you will get deduction. Interest on loan taken, you will get deduction. One of the let out unit remain vacant for 4 months out of the 6. One of the unit is vacant. ठीक है? Virat could not occupy his unit for 6 months as he was transferred to Kolkata. He does not own any other house. ठीक है? So 6 महीने के बाद self occupied है, partly vacant, partly self occupied. You have to take it as self occupied because partly let out and partly self occupied hai to theek hai. Here it is partly, so it was vacant and then he self occupied, so you will take it as self occupied. Other incomes are given. Compute their income under both the regime. Very nice question this is. Latest thing. Sometimes I'm solving it there only on the left hand side, but this is requires. तो पहले हम इसको करेंगे डिफॉल्ट टैक्स regime में या opting out of default tax regime में. But first we will calculate what is the let out portion. Let out portion is 75%. Okay. So what's the municipal value of the whole house? They gave no. वापस आ जाओ एक बार क्वेश्चन में. Municipal value is 10 lakhs. So only 75% is let out. So only 75% of municipal value we will take, and actual rent is 12,000. In that, one unit was vacant for 4 months. है ना? Right. It's an easy problem. Pay attention to the working notes. Please do separate working notes. Very nice presentation they have done. 10 lakhs ka 75%. What is the actual rent? Yeah. How many units are there? 6 units. 12,000 per month into 6 units into 12. Out of that 12,000 per month into 1 into 4 months. One property was vacant for 4 months. So after reducing that, what is the actual rent? Now I hope you remember fair rent or municipal value, whichever is higher. So 750. That or standard rent hai nahi, so 750. That or actual rent. So out of these two, whichever is higher will become your GAV. Municipal taxes are 20% of the 10 lakhs, 2 lakh. But 2 lakh ka 75% because we are in the let out part, which is 75%, or you can take 3/4. Then you get NAV. Nothing given, you have to give 30% standard deduction. Interest on loan is 3 lakh ka 75%. Just check how much interest on loan they have given. Interest on loan kitna diya hai? 3 lakh. So 75% is the let out wala part. So you got what is the income of the let out 75%, 6 flats, 241. And there are two co-owners. So each one can take 120, 120. Right? Sure. Now calculate the income if he has gone for default tax regime. Self-occupied 25% to nil. I told you if you go for default tax regime, it's like I'm making you learn self-occupied property, nothing will come. Now let out part. 120 and 120 is the fixed. है ना? Other income is given to you. ये कहां से मिला 120? Let out part total income is 240. So 50% is ka 50%, they are co-owners. So this is your total income. Now come to the, if you opt out of default tax regime, then in let out property, what is the total interest? Total interest आपका कितना है? 3 lakh. 75% you have taken, 25%. 3 lakh का 25% and उसका आधा आधा. 75,000 ka half he will take. Clear or not? 3 lakh is the total interest. 75% you have taken in the letter. 25% self-occupied, you can take a loss. And house property ka income to baki dono to same. Yeah. So you'll get the answer. Just this is that you have to solve the problem with both the options. Tell me, is my speed fine? Please comment below if you feel really your concepts are clear. Your comments will give a boost to these videos. YouTube algorithms is the more you comment, the more they will share the videos with other CA CMA students. ठीक है? All right. With house property, you have business head. Nice question. From the following particulars, details are given to you. Compute the income. Nice, a little in-depth and nice question this is. I'll discuss all the adjustments. Okay. So they have given some adjustments and what they have asked you. Compute the taxable income. अब default regime में है नहीं है. Business head, it's all same. Always you will start with 258. License will be there, gift we will check the note and closing stock. Here routine to theek hai, depreciation as per books always you should add back. Income tax is not allowed as business expenditure. Outstanding custom duties allowed under section 43B if it is already paid before the due date of filing the return. Contribution to unrecognized. I'm just saying randomly, pehle credit side. Randomly means systematically. Credit side, what is the garbage? Remove it. Debit side, what are the expenses allowed? Unrecognized provident fund, you can't contribute. Not allowed. Not allowed. If you scratch this, if you reduce your expense, what's the impact on profit? It will increase. Now, one adjustment we will take. Interest on loan is paid to brother for loan taken for payment of advance tax. Not allowed. So what is the interest on loan? Usko bhi add kar do. During 2021, superb adjustment can be asked separately also. During the previous year 2021, SSE had claimed 45,000 as betted, out of which only 35,000 was allowed. So 10,000 to tab bhi disallow ho gaya tha, means that time only it was taxable. Now you have recovered 25,000. Out of 25,000 already disallowed, first you should adjust. That time only it was disallowed, 10,000 added back. Now you have recovered 10,000. That will not be taxable again. So what will be your income? 15,000. Is this clear to all of you? Contribution towards URPF was paid within time. Oh, smartly they are saying we have paid in time, huh? Please allow in 40 array, but that is unrecognized, unapproved, transfer to reserves. These are not actual expense, not allowed. Legal expenses include 2,000 paid to someone to file the return. Allowed. So what I should do? Add or less, nothing. Write a note. Legal expenses include 2,000 for filing the return and it is allowed and it is properly debited. So no effect to be given above. Neither add nor less, but write a note. Stocks are undervalued. Superb adjustment in accounts, in costing, in income tax. Stock are undervalued. So can I say this closing stock is 90%? What is 10% more? Huh? Dekho, 2 lakh into 10 divided by 90. It's coming to 22 to 22. Matlab, I have shown my closing stock less. I'm just discussing the adjustments. So you learn actually in exam to you have to directly do the adjustment in the notebook only. But now we are discussing the adjustments. So closing stock should have been more by 22 to 2. So now if I increase the closing stock, my profit will increase. So add. Same way opening stock 120 is 90. 10% और होना था. 120, 13,333 closing stock should have been more. So the more you debit the closing stock, what you are doing, the more you debit the closing stock, profit is reducing. So minus. I'll show you all these adjustments. Nice. Gift is received. Generally, gift is taxable in other source. But if it is received from supplier from achieving the target, very well it is a business. So many times when you achieve a target, the company will gift you a bike, mobile and all that. Is it actually a business income received in kind? Yeah. Otherwise, they'll give credit notes and all. Very well, this is a business income. Don't do anything. Don't remove it, nothing. Outstanding custom duties paid in December, disallowed. Why? Any payment which is outstanding, you have to pay before due date of filing the return, July or September. ये तो December, not allowed. During previous year, it comes to know that former employee has embezzled cash which they didn't record. You can record now. Reduce your profit by 5,000. It is proof that someone has stolen the cash. It's a genuine loss. Traveling expenses 50,000 being cost to Singapore by employee for 10 days. However, only 8 days trip is useful. 2 days has been allowed as holiday. Okay, right? So traveling expenses when you're taking business trip, typically also you will see it is allowed. See, I'm going to Singapore, 8 days I'm doing company's work. 2 days I'm being at leisure because in between Sundays where I can't come for India on Sunday and again go back, right? So this is usually allowed only. And the note they have given is very nice and read. Rent includes expenditure on extension of building. Capital expenditure are not allowed to be debited in P&L add back. However, such extension was completed on 1st May. तो अभी तो depreciation भी नहीं है. General expenses include salary of 1200 paid to domestic servant, personal add back, compensation of 2000 paid to retrenchment allowed. Compensation expenses are allowed, so no problem. Huh? Now check the answer. Start with the net profit. Add income tax, outstanding custom duty because it was late, contribution to URPF, interest on loan not allowed because not related, capital expenditure add back, salary to domestic staff add back. See, recovery of the bed debt. I told you, no? Last time only you debited 45, they allowed 35. So 10,000 were disallowed, indirectly taxable there. Now, if you have recovered 25, 10,000 to pehle hi taxable hai. Add bed debt recovered as your business income, 15,000. Embezzlement of employees a genuine expense. You didn't deduct, now deduct. Actually, this question is over easy. You can have scientific research and so many things they have not done. See, undervaluation of closing stock, add in closing stock, add in profit. Undervaluation of opening stock, add in opening stock. The higher the opening stock, the profit will come down. Okay. Traveling expenses shall be allowed 10 days out of 8 hours to business and remaining 2 shall be allowed as staff welfare expenditure. ठीक है ना? Clear है पूरा working. Of course, you'll have to do working like this. Very nice presentation with the working note. You can do in gist way, but you should like legal expense and all also. Write in brief, you will be able to complete your papers along with notes also. No problem. Yes, capital gain amendments, please see thoroughly. Of course, I'm doing this sum. On 23rd of June, Rajat has sold. What is 23rd July 2024? It's not my birthday. It's not your birthday. It's the day when capital gain rates are changed. Okay? So 23rd July 2024, capital gain rates are changed. Yeah, so he has to sold in June only. So old rates, index वगैरह सब आएगा. Sale consideration is 15 lakhs. He has acquired the gold for 4 lakhs. Fair market value of the gold is given. Compute the capital gain. Okay. Also, if such asset was transferred. Huh. Afterwards, if you transfer, then no indexation before that to index. And because this was purchased before 2001, index rates are starting in 2100 and now to 24 and 25 it's 363. So will you take the original cost or the FMV, whichever is higher? So here original cost is only higher. 100 has become 343, 4 lakh. बहुत easy question. Very easy. See, there are no expenses. 4 lakh. If the asset is acquired before, you have to take the original cost 4 lakh or the fair market value 3 lakh and change, whichever is higher. So we took 4 lakh into 100 has become 363. So 4 lakh index cost. Long-term capital gain is taxable at 20% because it is before 23rd July. Now option 2 also they have asked in 7 marks question. Suppose if it is after 23rd July, then no indexation. 15 lakh minus 4 lakh, 11 lakh, and tax will be 12.5%. I want to repeat, with indexation, if jewelry is sold, tax is 20%. Without indexation, it is 12.5%. ठीक है? Right, चलो. Next is income from other sources question, basically related to gifts and all. Gift of sculpture, 50,000. Yes, very well, it is asset taxable. Gift of car doesn't come. Received cash gift. I think in the answer only in the column form, ज़्यादा clear होगा. Sculptures are of course taxable. Car is outside the gifting wala part in others. Cash gift received from 3 friends, 20,000. Each one is lower than 50,000, but 50,000 is my limit. SSC's limit from in the whole financial year if I have received gift above this amount. So of course it is taxable. Immovable property purchase for adequate consideration. Let us read what's the question. Acquired office building from his friend Raj for 12 lakhs. Stamp duty value is 15 lakhs. So why did you purchase the property in 12 lakhs? That means 3 lakh is the gift. Very well taxable. Even check this. In respect of land, he has received December, May as interest on enhanced compensation. Oh, so it will be taxable in other source with 50% deduction. It may be related to earlier years, but now you have received no interest on enhanced compensation. Yes. Total karo or 50% deduction. And this 15 and 12. Easy. 3 lakh is taxable. Add all this and 50% deduction. No one will tell you that in enhanced compensation interest, you have to give 50% standard deduction. Okay? Right. Gross total income of Siksha is given to you. Frankly speaking, this is over easy. Don't get overconfident ki ma'am ye aa gaya. Practice little in-depth question for set off carry forward, especially with presentation. 1 and 3 are not friends. Salary, business loss cannot be set off in salary. So your house property A, B and C. Can we do mutually? Yeah. So 10,000 income is coming. Other source 1 lakh income is coming. Now loss which is brought forward under 22 house property. Can we set off here? Yes. And remaining 20,000. Ma'am, next year can we set off brought forward house property in other source? No. Once you carry forward loss and bring it from the last year 24-25, you can set off section 22 house property loss only in house property. So ये 20,000 carry forward होगा. And loss under 56 सवाल ही नहीं है. Income from other sources, no loss are allowed to be carried forward and brought forward. So this 10,000 will to set off. And what will be your total income? 1 lakh. Check. Like over easy question. Over easy. Mutually set off karo. 1 lakh set off karo. Write a note. Other source mein you cannot have a loss. You cannot have a loss in other source. Next question, mandatory comes in exam, and this is your CMA study material question. Most of the questions in MTP they give from study material. Yeah, you have to solve under both regime. Income from business, bank interest देखते से 80 TTA. Interest on PPF is exempt. Investment 80C. This you will get in the default tax. You will not get in the default tax regime in normal. You are requested to calculate the tax for both. Let us check the answer. Hello, we'll do it. It's a very simple. In old regime, you will get deductions. Here you will not get. Huh? So business income is same interest income and PPF is exempt. So you get gross total income. Now, if you have put the money in PPF, you get a deduction in old regime, that is 1,50,000. 80 TTA saving account. No one will save, but you have to take. Okay, right. So this is your income. And now you can calculate the tax. Here 0 to 250 lakhs, 250 to 5 lakhs, that one. Here 0 to 3 lakh nil, 3 lakh to 7 lakh, 7 to 10 lakh, and that one. Okay. So here wherever the default tax regime mein the tax is low, so he can go for default tax regime. But as he is having business income, please remember, if you have business income and you opt in of default tax regime, you have to continue that. Once you come out, you cannot opt in. As I said, question number 6 is always a theory question. ये December के paper में also I have told you. See, this was your December का paper. Concept, features, GST, same. Differentiate between DT and IDT we have done, and key features of the GST for industry and for consumers. Easy compliance, uniformity, no cascading effects. Huh? In-house manufacturing for consumers. It's a transparent tax, and because cascading effect is not there, we have seen, right? How the final selling price is reduced because there's no tax on tax, right? Chalo. Seventh question is always for GST. Examine with reason if the person is liable for GST because where the supplier and recipient are both are located in taxable territory. ठीक है? Vikas is insurance agent registered under GST, received commission of 12 lakh from insurance company. Okay. Agent is giving service to the company. Company will pay the tax under RCM basis. They are not writing sections. So why do you worry so much about writing sections? Sections is for you to link up and learn like 44 ADA. नहीं याद है तो ठीक है. Mukesh is a business facilitator who received commission. You know, business facilitator who go to different areas and they market for the bank that HDFC is giving this loan, you are eligible, blah blah. But he's doing it in urban. He's doing it for urban bank. If it is rural branch na to exempt hai. Urban bank mein who will pay the tax? Mukesh? No. GST is payable under RCM by bank. It's not exempt because it's not rural. Next, Gukesh is an independent director and has received sitting fees of 1 lakh from the company. Directors receiving sitting fees from the company, company should pay tax under RCM basis. Easy? Right. I thought they will ask e-commerce operator because there's an amendment. Still, check and go the amendment also. T-Series Music Company and a registered dealer paid an advance of 5 lakh to Vikas, a music composer, okay, for original work on finite. Advance payment related to services GST is applicable. Advance related to goods GST is not applicable. It made the balance 250 payment. You are required to decide time of supply. First of all, whenever a music composer is giving services to a music company, the music company should pay tax on RCM basis. So RCM basis in services, when the recipient record in books of accounts, recipient record in banks, or 61st day from the date of invoice. 60 days छोड़ देना. So least of the three you have to take. ठीक है? If Vikas raised the invoice on 6/10, 17/12, 2 dates because the 7 marks question. So please write the provision first because it's a 7 marks problem. Don't start with one-liner answer. Supply of service by music composer. Date of payment entered in books, date of payment entered in bank, and 61st day from invoice, whichever is her. So date when entered in books and bank वो तो 5th September है जब advance आया 5 lakh. Now 60 days from the invoice 610 से 60 days और 1712 से 60 days छोड़ देना एंड फर्स्ट 61st डे like December में 31 days है तो like that you have to calculate. You want to check how the calculation is done? Say December 31 days are there. So you will take 14 days here. January के 31 days. So February it is coming 16th. Okay. One more day if you take February it is coming 16th. 17 also you have to take. So 31 minus 17 is 14. You will take it as 15 days, including 17. This is the way you have to calculate 61 days. So which one is earlier of the three? 5, 7. Easy. That was for 5 lakh advance receipt. Now for 250. Which one is earlier? 250 payment to baad mein aaya. But from invoice 61 days only time of supply. Invoice is 610. So 612. Here payment के बाद invoice. So whichever is earlier you have to take. Just take your time and calculate. You will get it. ठीक है? Right. Okay. Now let us go to question number. Did you observe this question? You can do by choice. बहुत easy रहता है. This time they asked RCM. Sometimes they'll ask cases whether this is supply or not from your section 7 wala chapter. VM is a taxable person. Following information is given: intrastate supply. Sorry, interstate supply. Then intrastate supply. And some receipt. And details of opening is given. Oh, 7 marks, but full-fledged. Nice question. Rate of it will take time, thoda this question. Others were easy, but still you can attempt. Baki mein somewhere very easy questions you can. Next one you can save time and do it very fast. So once again, how will you go by this? All figures are exclusive. GST rate is this. All conditions have been fulfilled. Okay. Now interstate, how much has charged? 18%. Intrastate. But I have sold detergent out of that plastic bucket. Here, detergent and plastic bucket is mixed supply. So GST will be charged not at the principal item, but at the highest rate, 28%. Supply of online journals to private coaching. Very well taxable. Online journals are excluded for degree students and all. यहाँ नहीं. Interstate supply of goods 140. Out of that 40 is missing. So write a note as I said, and only for 1 lakh you can take ITC. Repairing of the bus with 20 passengers used for transport allowed. Capacity अगर 13 से ज़्यादा है and opening is there. Just check the presentation. Opening ITC is there. Interstate is 1,40,000. But out of that 40,000 invoice are missing. Write it. And so on 1 lakh interstate. So IGST. Repairing of the bus, very well it is allowed because sitting capacity is more than 30. So these are the ITC available. Now output. First item only they gave you, dear students, was interstate. So there's a printing mistake. 2 lakh ka 18%, 36,000 aega. It's a printing mistake. Intrastate, it was mixed supply. So charge 24%. 4 lakh. Mixed supply का rate क्या था? 28%. Sorry. तो आधा. 14% we will charge. 14% here, 14 here. देखो 4 lakh का 14%. Are you getting? And intrastate routine 1 lakh. That online journals. So opening balance, ITC of the invoices, repairing, you have this. Now this is what you have to pay. Now start with the third part. You have to pay this. Out of that, ITC available, IGST ज़्यादा है. CGST and SGST, whatever is available, that you take first. But IGST, how much is available? 98,000. Whereas your liability is 36,000. So balance कितना आ रहा है देखो, 98 minus 30. Balance 62,000 is excess IGST. Can you set off your 31 year and 31 year? Answer is yes. And that gives you the balance. GST paid. Easy. And this is like so many. Those who want custom free lectures are there, and material is also there in the Telegram. Do it there. Quality good questions with MCQs I have done. FOB free on board is your $30,000. Insurance you always have to charge as a percentage. Air freight, if it is restricted, more air freight is there, you have to take till 20%, so you get this total. Convert it, add local agents commission, you get accessible value. On that charge basic custom duty. On basic custom duty, this is asked in MCQ also. Social welfare surcharge is always 10% on the duty. So this is your custom duty के बाद का value. And now import of goods, IGST is charged on value including custom duty. 18% GST is charged. Now you know what is excluded. Few expenses are excluded, like designing charges in India. Arey, this is import, so why you will take? Indian agents commission we have to take because it's a local agents commission, because uske bina we will not get the imported goods, but not the designing. Transport charges from port to your warehouse, no. To factory in India, no. Import goods till the port only you will take the charges. That's why we have excluded all this. Please remember, no one will say that on custom duty you have to charge social welfare surcharge. Okay? Very easy questions are there, and study material is also having CMA backside very good questions. Separate playlist is there for the revision videos. Separate playlist is there for the MCQs. So make sure you check all that. Prepare well in the same way. Costing MTP is also solved, and one playlist is there where all your costing past. So if you decide कि चलो December का भी MTP देख लेते हैं, June 23, 1-2 attempts. Don't struggle alone. Play the video, and with that you can do it. There's a playlist. You can check. That's all for today. Thank you so much. Wish you very all the best. You all are going to do it's easy income tax and amendments. What are the chances of getting questions? GSTR 1A, and little change in the exemptions, that 20,000 above students hostel 90 days come se come. So please check up the amendment lecture, and I never give the lecture without material. So even this material is available in your Telegram group. So do check up and check the playlist, whatever is helpful to you. Best gist revision I have done in one shot lecture. You have time. Purpose of one shot revision lecture is repetition. Set off is completed in 20 minutes. But you're going to college, you're traveling, you're waiting in the queue. Put your headphones, listen audio. Maybe 1.25 speed. It will be very helpful. All the best. Thank you. Bye bye. Any queries you have, you can message me on the number I have given. Bye bye. See you in CMA final.